Shalom again. Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Chai and the Posh coming at you with another lesson. You know, this lesson is going to be entitled, Some of You Are Not Abstaining from Your Lusts. Not even trying to abstain from your lusts, which is off. Okay, the scriptures speak about bridling the flesh, you know, meaning keeping the flesh under control. Okay, and the only way to keep the flesh under control is to abstain from the pleasures of the flesh. All right? And pleasures doesn't have to just mean sex. All right? But that's one of them. That's one pleasure, sex. There's but like I always say, if you have a wife, right, or if a wife has a husband, you can't do that without consent of the other party. The scriptures tell you that, you know, don't do it without consent. You know, because really that's part of your marriage duties. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Nowadays the woman will dangle that as some type of reward. That's not a reward. That's just regular part of marriage. It's to have sex with the partner whenever the partner feels like they want to have sex. Okay, and when you feel like that you want to have sex, they're supposed to have sex with you. Same thing. Okay, but if you're able to, you know, get the consent, if you're able to. And if you're single, you already have the consent to abstain from busting a nut. So, you have to exercise that. You have to exercise that. You can't just let the lust of your flesh control you. You know. And sometimes you might say, okay, I'm gonna take 2-3 days off, but maybe 2-3 days is not enough. That's why every time you take the 2-3 days off, you jump right back into it. You don't just jump into it. You nosedive back into the flesh. Okay, just like if you take the Day of Atonement fast, or like say you take a day fast, right, from food, and then you come back to food, you're going in. You know, you're ordering Indian food, you're ordering the naan bread, the samosa with the dip. All right, you're going all crazy with it. You know, because why? Because hey, really that wasn't enough to shake that demon off of you, if you will. Okay, but if you were to abstain for 3 days, now we're talking some serious abstinence. Now we're talking about, you might not even want to go back. You might just want to go back to smoothies, because now it's been purged out of you. Okay, shalom to you, Akim wa Akwath on the comment board. Shalom, shalom. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Now it's purged out of you. More. It's purged more out of you. It's now the flesh is overcoming, because the way you strengthen the flesh is by the way you strengthen the spirit is by starving out the flesh, and the way you weaken the flesh is by starving it out. If you keep feeding it, all you're doing is strengthening it. Okay, all you're doing is strengthening it, and that's what Satan works with. So. By abstaining, right? And we all got our different battles, man. We all got our different, there's multiple battles that we're fighting. It's not just one battle. It's multiple battles that we're fighting at one time. But, you know, you have to try to really fight, you know, really fight. Don't just say, oh, it's balance, you know, we're in this flesh, and use that as an excuse not to fight. You got to fight, man. You have to fight. You got to put that effort in, man, to not be overcome by the flesh. Not to allow the flesh to overcome you, man. You have to actually fight, man. You got to put it in, man. Put that work in, man. Okay? You see what I'm saying? And yeah, the scriptures never said this walk was going to be easy. It's a straight gate for a reason. The word straight means a position of difficulty. Okay? All right? So, and at the end of the day, when you do that, when you abstain and when you truly fight the flesh, you know what? You're better off. You find out that you're better off than when you were just given into the flesh. You find out overall your life quality becomes better. Okay? Your life quality becomes better. Okay? When you abstain from the flesh. It doesn't become worse. You keep giving into the flesh, that's what makes your lifestyle become worse. That's what makes your lifestyle become worse. You giving into the flesh. Okay? You know? But because you're in your comfort zone, you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave because Satan will make you comfortable, man. Satan will make you comfortable with death. You understand what I'm saying? Satan will make you comfortable with death. Satan will make death comfortable. Okay? But it's not the way of life, man. Yahweh Shai is a great example. Yahweh Shai abstained. Yahweh Shai took 40 days, a 40-day break from food, man. You know? You see? And guess what? Yahweh Shai liked to eat. Yahweh Shai liked to drink. He took a break from that. Or he's taking a break from drinking right now. He said, I would not drink again until I see you in my kingdom, man. All right? So he's taking a break, waiting for us, you know, to reach in the kingdom, man. You see? But he likes those things. But he understands that we have to abstain to what? To bridle the flesh. To bridle the flesh, man. All right? You know, whatever it may be, man. You know, everybody has their own situations that they struggle with. You know, one brother might be gambling. You know? One brother it might be you know, women. One brother it might be, for some brothers it's all of that. It's the combination. It's not just one thing. It's never just one thing. All right? Satan has many angles to come from, man. Many angles to come from. Many chess moves that he could make. But the best chess move you can make is to abstain for a long period of time. But that's a hard move. It's a hard move to make. But it's beneficial. And it works. Okay, it works. Then after a while, you know, when you take enough time off of it, you start to realize, I don't need this. I don't need this crap. I don't need this. It's just like a drug addict going through withdrawals. You know, it's like, damn, I made they want to partake because they're sweating, they're in cold sweats, and so on and so forth. But you know, once they go through that process, they realize they don't need it no more. They realize that those drugs really made their life worse. But at the time, it's like they couldn't live without those drugs. You know? At the time, the drugs was like life to them. You see? Because of the addiction. Right? And guess what, brothers? We have an addiction to the flesh. Okay, we have addiction to certain things in the flesh that we have to shake those addictions of, right? By having to fight through those withdrawals, which is hard, but at the end of it is life. Okay, this is the brother GMS, a son of Jacob, Isaiah 58:6. It says, "Is not this the fast I have chosen to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free?" And that you break every yoke, which that's going into basically the being loose from sin, right? Because the Day of Atonement, you know, it loosens us from those sins. It's supposed to be a day of forgiveness. Okay, so that's really going into that, you know. And also, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Day of Jubilee falls in on the Day of Atonement, right, where people are forgiven of their different debts and so on and so forth. So, anyways, like I was saying, man, the whole point is, yeah, man, the more you abstain, man, the more you're strengthened, man. The more you abstain, the more you are strengthened. That's why even, and you're strengthened in the spirit. You're not strengthened in the flesh, because the flesh is weakness, okay? The flesh is vulnerability. But when you're strengthened in the spirit, that's why Yahweh Shai said when they were asking, why couldn't we remove this demon from this individual, he said, what? This cometh not but through prayer and fasting. Okay? Prayer and fasting. Okay? You have to abstain from the flesh. This is Romans 8:13 from the brother GMS, a son of Jacob. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. You see that? But if ye through the spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. Woo! You see that? Yeah, we're going to get the crown of life, but ultimately, hey, people, brothers think about these things, yeah, it's only going to be beneficial in the kingdom. No, the Lord will give you the benefit in this life, man. What do you think? The Lord is going to give us the benefit in this life too. It's going to make this life a bit better, man. Yeah, we're in hell. It's going to make it a better hell. I'm telling you, man. If you learn to bridle the flesh, man. Okay? If you learn to abstain, man. Listen, there's financial gurus who will tell you that shit. And they're in the world, and they'll tell you that, man. That's why the scriptures say the children of light, the children of this world are wiser in their generation than the children of light, because they actually see certain things that, even the wise men of the earth are not, have to learn these things, man. You understand what I'm saying? Shalom to the brother GMS in his likeness, man. Okay? You understand? They know that you have to abstain. You have to go through a period of abstinence to gain that success. But that is a principle of life, and that will lead to benefits in this life, not just in the kingdom. But the kingdom is the ultimate goal. But you'll get benefits before the kingdom, right? But you have to first abstain from these fleshly lusts which control you. All right? You have to abstain from those, man. All right? And I'm telling you, you're used to abstain. Oh, yeah, I'm abstain from 2 days. If you are a brother that does that, because I'm a brother that, sometimes I'll be like, I'll take 2 days off, and a lot of times 2 days, that's not enough. That's not enough. You're not pushing yourself to that point where that's where you're going to start really breaking that bond that has on you, that bound that has on you. Okay? Maybe you need to break from that for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever that may be. And if you're fasting only 1 day, maybe that's not enough to break the food demon from you. Maybe you need to fast for 3 days. And then that will allow you to get on that threshold. Maybe just 2 days, because trust me, 1 to 2 days is a huge difference when it comes to fasting. You know what I'm saying? You understand? But it will make a huge difference. All right. This is John 6:63. It says, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Okay. What does it mean to quicken it? It means to give life. Okay. To make alive. The spirit is what makes alive. Right? When you're in the flesh, you're not gonna be in the spirit. Okay, so you're really gonna be in death, but you're so comfortable. The flesh is laying in the flesh is so comfortable to you that you don't want to leave it. It's a comfort zone. Well, that's how Satan is. He'll make death comfortable to you. But when you get into that life, that's when you truly are living. When you start to abstain, that's when you truly are alive. And that's really when you're free. Okay? You're not free when you're addicted to these things, man. You're not free. You're not free. You're in bondage to these things, man. You're in bondage to the flesh, man. Okay? But when you learn to abstain from it, that's when you break the yoke of the flesh. And when you break that yoke, the feeling is so good. It's a better feeling, a way better feeling than the feeling of that temporary pleasure that the flesh gives. A way better feeling, man. Way better. And you know what? It comes to the point where you don't want to leave it. And when you do leave it, you feel defiled. That's what it comes. It feels like you feel defiled when you go back, even for a moment sometimes. You understand? But you got to break that. You got to break that. You understand? Certain thing that I was, that I love to do and, whatever. I took a 3-week break from that. I said, I got to take a 3-week break, man. And then, you don't think in the midst, I had to call brothers and, get counsel. Like, yo, brother, listen, man, I'm feeling this. Brother, maybe you just need to take a break from it. Maybe you need to just take a longer breath. Say, yeah, ignore it. You're right, brother, elder, the water. Boom, bam. And that's what I need to hear. Boom. Keep going. To the point where it's like, yeah, I don't even feel like doing it. I'm like, that don't even interest me anymore now. That doesn't even interest me anymore. Does that mean I'll never do it ever? No, that's not what it means. You know, but it means it doesn't have that bound on me no more. You see, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the bound is broken. But let's say now if I start to feed into Satan and say, nah, I'm gonna go every day, you know, for the whole week. See, now that bound could come back on me. Right? You see what I'm saying? You know? The Lord spoke about that, you know, when a man leave from an unclean spirit, you know, the unclean spirit leave from a man, and then he returned, you know, then he find it swept and garnished. Well, you can look at it in that aspect as well. You know, we like to look at it in the aspect of when someone leaves the truth, but you can look at it in the aspect of you coming back to those lusts as well. You know, Satan is trying to get a stronger grip on you the next time around. You know, where it's even harder to break that bond, that chain. You know, so always be weary, always be vigilant, always be aware that the enemy, Satan, is looking for who he can devour. He's looking for the openings. He's looking for the chink in the armor. He's looking for that. All right? And you need to understand where those chinks are. You need to understand where those chinks are. All right? This is the brother GMS in his likeness. Shalom, Ak, Shalom. All right? 1 Corinthians 7 and 5. Salakia. It says, I got to block it off so I can see it properly. It says, defraud ye not one another except it be with, okay, well, he's you know, he's probably late on the video. He probably brought it back or something like that, because I spoke about that a minute ago. But yeah, you know, so ultimately, man, but that's the scripture I was speaking about, dealing with, you know, the wife and the husband. You got to get consent before you abstain from these things, man. All right, you got to get consent, you know. So so anyways, at the end of the day, man, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is trying to get us to get more in the spirit, because we're coming to the end of this thing. So we need to be turned up in the spirit. So it's not the same, oh, it's balance. It's, you know, it is what it is, you know. We can't be in that it is what it is spirit in these times. We need to get out of that it is what it is spirit. We need to now start to work on the flesh, man. We need to be ahead of the game. We need to be ahead of the 2/3 and the rest of the people of this world, man. And the Lord is turning us up, man. The Lord is turning us up. You know, we want it to come tomorrow. We want the destruction to come tomorrow. But are brothers ready for tomorrow? The Lord got to turn us up, man. You know, and the Lord could just turn a switch. You know, the Lord could just turn a spiritual switch in the heavens and turn us up anyway. Busy. Salakia. This is 1 Peter's from the brother GMS, son of Jacob. It says, be sober, be vigilant, right? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking who he may devour. Okay? So he's an adversary, meaning what? He's opposition. So he's against, listen, Satan is happy when you're in the flesh. He loves it. He's happy. He's comfortable when you're in the flesh. I remember I had that dream when I was really abstaining from a particular thing. I mean, actually, it might have been, was it this thing? I don't remember. It was something I was abstaining from. And and I was really fighting off that demon and really abstaining for a time period, boy. I was going deep into the, you know, for a time, you know. And that could be different for every brother, you know. It could be a week, could be a lot for a brother. You know, 2 weeks could be a lot for a particular thing. 2 days could be a lot for a particular thing. It all depends, right? But I had this you know, out of body experience, if you will, with that demon while I was sleeping. You know, when the demon rides you, and the demon doesn't ride. I'm like, why is the demon riding me? The only time the demons would be riding me is usually when, you know, if I eat too close to the time I sleep, you know, which is rare, right? But at the end of the day, right? My belly was empty. I was like, why is this demon riding me now, right? And the demon was fighting hard, you know, and I was throwing the demon on the floor. I was getting him, you know, You know, I was throwing him against the wall, and you know, and I'm visualizing this. This is in my room. It's happening. Throw him against the door, and I heard the door close. Bam! When I hit him against the door, and we're really fighting, and I was calling on the name of Yahweh Shemi, I was shot. You know, and that wasn't working. Calling on with that particular demon, you know, like it wasn't working like immediately how it would normally with demons. This demon was still going. I call and say, okay, I'll call him Yahweh Shemi, he'll jump back on me, and I gotta wrestle him again, you know. And I was like, damn, this is a powerful demon. This is not a normal demon that I'm going up against right now, right? It's not a normal demon, right? And what had happened was I heard the door close, and then boom, and then I felt my spirit go back in my body, right? And I'm like, while I'm laying down, I'm like, yo, if I look up and I look at the door, and also I heard the TV, actually. I heard the TV go on. I said, damn, this demon turned on the TV, because I know the TV was off, and I heard the TV, but he was talking to me through the TV, and it was a voice, you know, like a cartoon voice or whatever, but it was the demon. And he was saying, don't mess with me. You don't want to mess with me. You don't want to mess with me. Basically, he was angry that I was abstaining from the flesh, from that particular thing. He was angry that I was being more in the spirit. He was angry at that. Okay? The demon was angry at that. That's what he was telling me. Don't mess with me. You don't want to. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to make it seem like you can't overcome them. But that's the demon's job, to make it seem like you can't overcome that particular thing. They wouldn't be doing their job if they didn't do that. And the demon will work through people to make you think that what you're doing is impossible, man. Okay? Even for me to get this whip that I'm in right now. Listen, brother. Hey, man, they told me, yo, you'll never get approved for that. That you don't understand the situation you're in. I said, all right, no problem, man, but I'm not taking that deal that you're offering. You understand what I'm saying? And what happened the next day? Someone called me, gave me an offer. Bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? Something they said would never happen. But that's the demons working through these people. You got to understand it. You have to understand how the demonology, man. You got to understand how the demons operate, man. How the demons work. All right? And we're in the time of fighting the demons. We're in the time of fighting that, man. Right? So when the demon said that, I said, bam, okay. Oh, he's mad. He's mad that I'm fighting the flesh. He's mad at that. So I need to keep going. I need to keep going. Okay? We have to keep, you know. That's right. That's right. We have no fear of these men, and they hate it. Yeah, well, we have no fear of these demons either. Okay? And we have no, we're not, they don't shake our faith. We're not supposed to make these demons shake our faith, brothers. Don't worry, they can work through people to kind of shake you up, but then you got to rebuke yourself to say, listen, nah, F that. That's BS. Yahweh Shemi Awashai got the situation. But the demons will make you think like, that's what they're set up to do. They're set up to sow doubt in you. Why do you think vocab exists? Why do you think vocab was born? He was born to sow doubt in the non-believers, in the people with little faith. So you got these people that are set up to do that, and that's all he does. He's an agent of sowing doubt, because there's all kind of doubt. If you look at his doctrine, there's more holes in it than Swiss cheese. So for them to leave from this doctrine to that doctrine shows you their mind is not right. Okay? But that's how the demons work. That's how the demons work. All right? So abstain from the flesh, and you will not regret it. You will praise Yahweh Shemi Awashai for the benefits of it, of this truth. Because the people of the world, they really don't understand it. They really don't understand abstaining from the flesh. The people of the world don't understand it. Okay? People of the world really, really don't understand it, man. Okay? So, with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. And I'll say shalom.